All right, guys. So we have an extended little preview video for you here because the Jaguars are in the playoffs. I still cannot believe that I am saying that, and the Jaguars are here. But the Jaguars did the improbable and came back after being down 2-6. Record wise, 3-7. The Jaguars were able to turn things around, complete the regular season with a 9-8 record, and sweeping the previous division winners, the Tennessee Titans, and we took the crown from them. And now the Jaguars are kings of the AFC South, and with that comes a home playoff game. And this time around, we have the Los Angeles Chargers coming into town. The Chargers are the number 5 seed. They come in with a 10-7 record, while the Jaguars are the 4 seed, and they hold a 9-8 record. Now, the Chargers are a 2-point favorite right now to win this game, and the over-under is 47.5 points. So, like I said, this is going to be a little bit of extended preview video because this game is so important. It's all going to be in one take. So just appreciate all you guys for being here and watching. So this one, the Chargers are going to come out here wearing white on yellow as their uniform combination, and the Jaguars will be wearing teal on white, for those jersey heads out there. Now, to explain a little bit about the Chargers, is that the Chargers are they're a pretty consistent team this year. They started the season 5-4, and they ended the season 5-3. So they were pretty consistent throughout. But they have won the last 4 out of 5 games, so they are coming in here pretty hot. 4 wins in a row before that meaningless game on Sunday. Now, the Chargers are led by Justin Herbert. And, if you were to go around the NFL and like pair up quarterbacks based on similarities and just similar attributes, really you would probably pair up Justin Herbert with Trevor Lawrence. They're both very similar quarterbacks. First of all, their size. Justin Herbert 6'6", 235 is what he's listed at, while Trevor Lawrence is listed at 6'6", 220. Both of these guys are mobile pocket passers. They usually stay in a pocket and they can deliver every throw, but they can move around if needed. They both have lasers of an arm. I mean, the arm strength for these quarterbacks is just ridiculous, and it's only getting better. And they're pretty much quarterback prototypes, man. I mean, if you were to really, go into a lab and design your own quarterback, if an NFL GM were to do that, they'd probably spit it out and it'd probably look a lot like Justin Herbert and Trevor Lawrence, body type wise. So, Justin Herbert, great quarterback. Trevor Lawrence, he's definitely, I would say he's a great quarterback now, or at least trending in that direction. Now, Justin Herbert has a year of experience over him. So, he's a little bit more of a known commodity. And Justin Herbert's kind of done it all 3 years of his NFL career, while Trevor Lawrence, it's pretty much a half a career or half a year of success. His first year and a half were kind of down, but now he's really just the way he ended off the 2022 season, getting the Jaguars in the playoffs. That's really been just a sight to see. When you look at Justin Herbert, he's second in passing yards in the NFL with 4,739, eighth in passing touchdowns. And he will be playing in his first career playoff game. So both sides of the ball, Trevor Lawrence first career playoff game, and also Justin Herbert after the Chargers disappointingly missed out last year. When you look at his the ball catchers, he's got a good arsenal with him, man. On the outside, he has Mike Williams and Josh Palmer, while in the slot, he has Keenan Allen as well as tight end Gerald Everett. Austin Eckler has been an extremely good running back for them this year. He's kind of an all-purpose running back. 915 rushing yards with 13 touchdowns on the ground, while putting up 722 receiving yards on 107 receptions this year for 5 touchdowns. Austin Eckler, just a complete beast. A lot of us know a lot about Austin Eckler because a lot of us play fantasy football. He helped me win my fantasy championship, and he's just an absolute stud. So love me some Austin Eckler, and he's really putting together a really good career after going undrafted. And ironically enough, his coming out party was actually in Jacksonville in 2017. Was when he first got kind of put on the radar. So Austin Eckler, really good running back over there. Now on the other side of the ball, the Chargers defense, they definitely have a lot of big names. I mean, on the defensive line, you have Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. Both these guys are tremendous pass rushers. They can really get pressure on a quarterback when they really need to. I think the biggest strength, though, is the secondary. Michael Davis is putting together a really good year. They have Asante Samuel and Derwin James as well. They're a team that, look, Brandon Staley likes to play. He came over from the Los Angeles Rams. He came over there playing a lot of quarters and like two high safety. And when you play two high safety, it's extremely hard to pass against that. But I will say it's a lot easier to run. And really, their defensive numbers kind of show that, look, if you want to beat this team, you want to do it through the ground. That's one way the Jaguars can really win this one is Travis Etienne needs to have an incredible game. Now, last game against the Titans, the Jaguars' run game was non-existent. They between Travis Etienne and JaMychal Hasty, 10 rushes for only 22 yards. That has to be better this game. Chargers allow 145.8 rushing yards per game, which is the fifth worst in the NFL, but they allow 5.4 yards per carry against running backs, which is the most an NFL team has let up since 1959. Travis Etienne is having an incredible year, 5.1 yards per carry. So the Jaguars need to get into a situation where they don't fall too far behind so they can continue to really lean on the run game. Because the last thing you want is the Jaguars to go down 14 points or 17 points. We've done that through the years, and we have come back from being down that much, most specifically against the Raiders and Cowboys, where you're down 17 in both those games. We don't want to get down a lot because we want to continue to be able to pound the rock, and we hope that continues to work out for us. Their defense playing a two high safety and, allows for that. They have really good coverage. Guys in the back. So you really want to exploit the middle of the field and between the tackles and get, in between Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. And that's one way that you're going to, be able to beat these guys. Another one thing I'm worried about this game is how we're going to stop Keenan Allen. Now, their outside guys are Mike Williams and Joshua Palmer, but I really have a lot of faith in Darius Williams and cornerback Tyson Campbell to be able to stop those guys. But on the inside, our third cornerback spot has been kind of hurting us this year, and it's going to be Trey Herndon covering Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen, he's a little bit older, but he's still a speed. He's an excellent route runner. And him and Justin Herbert, ever since entering the league, they've had a really, really good synergy and combination between those two. And, it's going to be up to Trey Herndon to be able to defend that. And it's going to be a really, really tough task. So that's the main thing that I'm worried about, how we're going to stop him. Overall, the Jaguars are going to need great quarterback play. Look, really, when you look at the past probably 3 games for the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence hasn't been great. Against the Jets was kind of a weird game because, you really didn't need to pass the ball to win. We just kind of won through the ground because the Jets' offense was so bad. Trevor Lawrence didn't really have to do a lot. But then the next game against the Houston Texans, the Jaguars really, Trevor wasn't all that great, but the Jaguars won 31-3. So he didn't need to be great. And then this last game against the Titans, Trevor Lawrence also wasn't that great. I mean, the offense was just clunky that game, and we were never able to get in a true rhythm. And the Titans had a really good game plan, and they were executing it. But the Jaguars got a big play on defense that allowed us to win that game, and we scored just enough on offense. But if Trevor and just the offense in general plays the same way they did last game, we're not going to win this one. However, I do expect the running game to be a lot better, which will open things up for Trevor Lawrence, because last game they were stopping the run game, and then every time we tried to do a bootleg, they wouldn't fall for it. It was pretty much a guy right there, right when it happened. So, yeah, the run game needs to open up for the Jaguars so that opens up the rest of the game. And then, when the run game is open and the passing game is good, the Jaguars are one of the best teams in the NFL because Trevor Lawrence can deliver those balls. We need Zay Jones to catch the ball. A lot of times, the way Zay Jones plays, if Zay Jones is on, we're going to have a good game. It's just, sometimes he starts off these games with drops or, he falls in routes, and, we can't have that. We can't have that. We need we need good quarterback play, our running game to be good, and just everything to be flowing, because this will definitely be a game where, lots of points will be scored this game. Lots of points will be scored. It's going to be fun, a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. But, yeah, the points are going to be out there because the Jaguars, the defense, the Jaguars defense, they've been playing a lot better lately, mostly because they've been generating the big plays when it comes to sacks and getting turnovers. We've seen the touchdowns on defense. What was it? 3 defensive touchdowns in the last like 4 or 5 games. I think the last 4 games. So it's been really good. It's been really good, the Jaguars defense, when it comes to that. So um the defense needs to keep doing that. We're gonna surrender a lot of yards. Let's be real. I mean, Justin Herbert can throw all over the field. Austin Eckler is a great running back. They have great pass catchers. They're gonna be able to get yardage on us. We just had to continue to get the big plays. We need to get the sacks. We need to, get the quick 3 and outs, that kind of stuff to stop their momentum. Now, when you look at this one, this game's a rematch, man. We all remember week 3. It felt like the Jaguars coming out party, even though it was the start to what was to come, which was a 5-game losing streak after that, which we thought we were down and out after that. But after this game, the Jaguars were 2-1, and the Jaguars defeated the Chargers 38-10. A complete butt whooping, man. 28 points we won that one by. However, between this next game and that game, that'll be 111 days in between the games. So that's a third of a year. I mean, these teams are much different. They're a lot healthier. I mean, last time we played them, they had a lot of injuries. I mean, Justin Herbert was dealing with his rib injury. Keenan Allen was out. Rashawn Slater was out, and he'll actually be out this game too, so you don't have to worry about him. Joey Bosa actually got injured this game and he left, but he is back. He did re-aggravate his groin on Sunday, which is he's been kind of dealing with all year. He has been practicing in full this week, so I don't know how much it's going to hamper him. And then the big question is Mike Williams, whether or not he'll play. He got hurt in the last game against the Broncos with some like back spasms. Brandon Staley wants everyone to think he's going to be playing. However, he hasn't practiced on Tuesday or Wednesday. So I don't know what is up with him. When you're not practicing, it's not a very good thing. It's not like he was a limited participant. He was a straight up do not practice. So that's the main thing that we're going to have to monitor throughout the week. Now, how the Jaguars beat them last time? I mean, the run game was strong for the Jaguars. James Robinson had a big game, 17 rushes for 100 yards and 1 touchdown, including a big 50-yard touchdown run. You also had ETN get 13 rushes for 45 yards, so that was good on his end. Trevor Lawrence, great game, 28 for 39, which was a 72% completion percentage, 262 yards and 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers. So he was completely balling out. But I really think a big difference between this game, there's a lot of pushes. Pushes, I mean, like when you rank up the different positional units, a lot of them, it's actually pretty like even quarterback versus quarterback. I think even running back versus running back, O-line, D-line, a lot of the different units, it's all pushes. But I think there's one area where the Jaguars have a massive advantage, and that's in coaching, the head coaching. I mean, Brandon Staley has received a lot of criticism just for, his decisions in the games and, maybe overcoaching a lot. But when you look slowly from experience, Brandon Staley, this is his first playoff game he's going to be a head coach in. Doug Peterson, on the other hand, is 4-2 in the playoffs. So Doug Peterson has a lot of experience. He's been here before. Brandon Staley hasn't. And I think even in a regular season, Doug Peterson is just a flat out better coach than Brandon Staley. So this is the real place where I say, in the playoffs, who the people who really succeed is the great quarterbacks and the great head coaches. And it feels like the Jaguars have both of them. But, we need Trevor Lawrence to go out here and play really well because, it's the playoffs. It's time, the playoffs really, when I go and start talking about quarterbacks and how good quarterbacks are, a lot of time I look at them in the playoffs because I'm like, okay, the playoffs, this is when it really matters. Who is the best out there? Who wins playoff games? Who elevates their play in the playoffs? You see a lot of quarterbacks, they're great regular season guys, but they choke in the playoffs. Or you see some guys that, when they hit the playoffs, kind of like an Eli Manning, all of a sudden they go out of their mind and they play really well. The playoffs, this is a whole different level. So we'll see how, Trevor plays. I think last game, a lot of guys were very jittery. I think we were kind of pressing because I think, They wanted to win the AFC South so bad. Now I feel like we're playing with house money. I feel like the Jaguars will be looser this game. And this game right here is going to be in Duval. And the Jaguars, when you look at this, it's going to be in Jacksonville. It's a Saturday night game, 8:15 NBC game. I was so surprised we got the 8:15 slot. I thought we were going to get the typical, 4:30 Saturday slot, but I think a lot of them like the Trevor Lawrence versus Justin Herbert matchup, and that's kind of what gets us here. It's going to be 30-degree weather, it says, but really, when you look at this thing, man, the time and location, the Jaguars have a huge advantage in that category. The Jaguars literally last week played at the exact same time at the exact same location. So the Jaguars know exactly what to expect. Their bodies are probably a lot more prepared for it. When you compare for the Chargers, the Chargers just played on Sunday at 4 o'clock. And they're all the way in California, so they had to recover from that game. Then they have to, of course, fly all the way over to Jacksonville, which is about a 5 to 6 hour flight from Los Angeles, a big cross country flight. They had to go out there a day early because those kind of flights, a lot of times, if the Chargers are going to go play in Seattle, they're going to leave the day before. But with this cross country flight, you typically leave a couple days before, so that throws them off. It's a 6 day thing, and it's a nighttime game, and they're in, it's going to be colder weather. They're not, not like we're used to cold weather, but this isn't the Packers coming down here. 30-degree weather is going to be cold for them. And it's going to be a crazy atmosphere. It's not going to be it's going to be a very, very harsh environment for them when it comes to just the Jaguar fan noise and, under the lights. It is a true home field advantage for the Jaguars, which I absolutely love to say, man. The stadium is going to be rocking. I'll be there. We got tickets. Me, my dad, and my brother. We're going to be at this game. We are just totally excited for this one, man. I really hope to see all you guys there, man. If you see me, definitely come say what's up. But this is, and look, there's still tickets available on Ticketmaster for this. And I implore you, if you're around Jacksonville or if you're in the surrounding areas, and there's a way you can go to this one, man. Gotta make it happen. I've been to a lot of Jaguar games in the past, and I've been to the Dallas game, Seattle game, Bills game. Those are the top games that I've been to, and just being able to be in that atmosphere was incredible. And if you can somehow get here, just go, man. I'm telling you, like, if it's $200, you're gonna find, you'll make that $200 back. That $200 is gonna be lifetimes of memories. I'm telling you, man. If you can swing it, I definitely would. If not, look, I'm not gonna talk about your finances. I'm not a financial advisor over here. I'm just saying, man, these are gonna be great memories. But I'm super excited for this one, man. Prime time in Jacksonville, playoff football. Let's go out there. Let's get the freaking win, and let's move on to the next round and keep this excitement and keep this party going. Jags are on a 5-game winning streak. Let's make it a 6-game winning streak, and let's just keep the party going, man. But with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll do a live stream on Friday with Bolt Bros from the Chargers. So definitely come over, and we'll be talking some Jaguars on Friday night. Gonna be awesome, man. Let me know if you'll be at the game, all that stuff, man. Oh, I'm so excited. But with all that said, thanks for watching. Drop a like. Let's get me to 16,000 subscribers soon, man. I'm almost there. 16, lucky number 16. Let's do it, man. Go Jags.